They were just fighting for their freedom, fighting for their lives. They just want to leave.
It's been 40 years since my family was forced to flee their country. These unshared journeys have been a missing part of my history. I've asked them to return to this traumatic time so that I can stop imagining. I've spent years wondering what it must have been like, and searching through wartime imagery, asking myself, are any of my family's stories in these pictures? I would go to the Asian market with my mother and help her pick out the weekly groceries. Fresh ginger, green onions, stalks of lemongrass, and herbs. We would haul back 25-pound bags of jasmine rice that would last us for months. And I remember helping my dad remove all the scales from his catches every morning in the backyard. I pretty much grew up on fish. Gà kho, caramelized fish. Gà hấp cuốn, baked fish fresh rolls with an anchovy dipping sauce that you could never forget the smell of. He's always been the cook of the house. I could almost guess what was for dinner coming home from school. Lemongrass, chilies, fish sauce, and even the smell of a good bone broth would linger in the air and float straight to the door when I came in. I'd set the table with rice bowls and chopsticks, and we'd all sit down for dinner every evening. I have a strong relationship with the foods and prepare these dishes myself today. But there's still something missing. There are so many questions I need answered to connect my past and present. I'm ready to uncover the lost stories of my identity, and I've asked my family to take me back to this time to share their journey with me.
Growing up in a war country, that's all you hear about, that there's fighting here and there. But we know that we in the capital city, that's the last place. If it gets there, we're done, and that's what happened. We sense it because Vietnam always have conflict between the North and the South for years and years. But as it gets closer into the capital, a few months before we left, we were told to stay inside at all times. You have no business going outside. You can hear some sort of fire going on, artillery going on, but you can't look out the window, you'll be dead. We were basically on 24-hour watch by the North Vietnamese. That's why all the things going on in the house, the preparation for escaping was done secretly. And I remember that I didn't know when we were going to leave. You have to be prepared, ready to go when we say go.
Đó, mình sẽ để một vài bộ đồ của mình, mì gói nè, gạo sấy nè, giống như Uncle Ben đó, chạy giặt cho nên sẽ không có nấu được.
Running from war so we couldn't cook. Jayak is the term that my family, as well as the 800,000 other immigrants that fled their country, use when referring to their journey away from home. I can't imagine leaving everything behind. Home, parents, siblings, the soil where I grew and harvested food. Lost. I've stayed close with my aunt through our shared love of cooking. I remember seeing her jot notes into her recipe journal. I know that she's done this for us. She doesn't want even the smallest step or ingredient forgotten. I cook now with great attention to all the tiny details that demand my time and care. These family recipes only come fully together when not a single ingredient is overlooked.
Everybody got up, including me, and my job was to hang the clothes in the patio. As I got outside, I hear really loud fighting going on. I remember looking at a helicopter with military uniform men inside the helicopter. So I can see fighting going on between the helicopter and below on the ground. I wasn't scared at the time, and I don't know why.
Đông quá đâu có đem nổi, không có nói goodbye được. Khuya đó là không có với người ta, tại vì đối diện cái dãy bên kia nhà giống như mình vậy nè, là có một đàn ông đó, thì sau này mới biết ổng là bên cộng sản, ổng canh cái nhà của mình.
No one was on the road but us.
As my mom and my aunt headed towards an unknown direction in a vast sea, my father remained on the soil of his homeland, yet with no more certainty.
At 18 years old, every man had to join the army. 3-month training program before go to fight. Only my mom visit me every weekend at the training camp. Week 11, she knew it. One more week, she never see her son again. Everyone cried. The war is terrible. I say, Mom, pray. Basic every day, wake up, think about my mom, think about all my brothers, too far away. Honestly, I'm scared to death. You have to fight. If you don't stand up, you don't look, you die. At wartime, our duty is not only fight enemy, but also no one left behind, dead or alive.
No one left behind. My mother and aunt left everything behind. At 12 and 16 years of age, torn from their parents without having the chance to say goodbye. Their culture, language, and entire history was taken away in the darkest hour of a single night. My mom has considered their journey to be one of the more fortunate stories of fleeing. After listening to their interviews over and over again, I'm not sure I could have gone through even half of what they encountered.
Kế bên đó, ở trong khu gần đó, nó có một cái warehouse, thì người ta chở mình vô đó để trốn trong khi chờ tàu. Mà trong cái lúc mình đi đó là lúc đó người ta bắn nhiều quá, cho nên dân á chung quanh cái chỗ mà mình tới á, như gọi là cái cảng á, họ ùa lên.
You fire some shots just to scare them off. I almost feel like I had my eyes closed and suddenly my eyes open. And I looked out the window. My God, I don't know where people came from.
Không biết là chừng nào về. Mình coi như là mình bị năm á, hiểu không? Thành ra mình không có khóc.
I'm at the age where I was fearless.
Vì tôi nhớ là mới vừa ra khoảng chừng trong vòng 1 tiếng tới 2 tiếng thôi là mưa nó đổ xuống.
People that outside couldn't get shelter.
Ngồi đó nó mưa lạnh quá, nó mới bắt đầu chui leo xuống. Người ta biểu thôi bây giờ mưa vậy, những người mà trên đó bây giờ leo xuống dưới. Một đống người sắp giống như sắp cá mồi vậy đó.
I know that I was not alone because there are 2,000 other people on the same boat.
From the moment they got into the van, they were trapped. There was nowhere to go but onto the ship that had no destination. The unknown must have been terrifying. Until these interviews, I, myself, had been in the darkness about their journeys.
Some of them don't die, wounded, and we take care of them. We bằng vết thương lại đó, give them food. We take them to the hospital. We show them how good we are in the South. We're not going there to kill people. We're going there to defend. And suddenly, one of the small bombs the enemy shot near mine, that time blow up and bleed over my face. They got a small hole on my eye, so I can see I am in the jungle another week. Every time the helicopter tries to pick me up to go back to the city, they can't. The enemy all over. Keep working until last week. So the helicopter go down really fast. Just like the bird pick up the fish under the water. I lost one eye, 4 teeth, the bottom jaw. Back to the hospital in the city. And a week later, when my mom come over hospital to look for me, she didn't know where I am, but people help her to find me. 1 hour before 2 bombs exploded near my mom in the hospital, mom cried. I took my mom to the toilet behind there. Oh my God. I tell her, Mom, I'm survived. Mom, I'm survived.
Ngày hôm sau á, thì ở trên tàu người ta mở máy ra vô đó thì mới biết đó là cộng sản nó vô nó chiếm rồi. Lúc đó đó là mới biết là mình đã không có trở về nữa được rồi.
April 30th, 1975. The Fall of Saigon. The communist North has taken over the South. This day's events reverberated around the world and throughout history. For my family, this meant a complete loss of their homeland. There was no turning back. However, it was also the beginning of my story.
Take off.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Sure.
My friend, they one time lost the country. One time they're on the ocean. Only see stars, too dark at night. See six. One time they see, oh my God, the whole city Saigon burning, bomb, dead body, everywhere. They never one time get line to wait to get lunch or breakfast in the tent. The bottom line is thanks God. Thanks God bring us to the next day. Thank you. We give me a time to remember what I did, what is it now. That's why I never try to remember to tell anyone.
Hearing my father thank me, I cried. All these years they've been running from war and this pain that they've held on to. This sense of loss and displacement formed the very foundation of who I am today. My history, like many other Vietnamese Americans, is inextricably tied to war. This trauma reverberates through generations. I was nervous at first, asking them to return to this place. I honestly didn't know if they'd agree. Their rough exterior of everything's okay was confusing, like something was always hidden away from me. Through this sharing, they're more real to me. I traveled back to Vietnam with them at the age of 12, the same age my mom was when she was forced to flee. This was the first time seeing their family members that were left behind. I was so young that I didn't realize at the time the importance of the trip. Through this experience, I now more deeply appreciate the value and emotion behind their reunion. I understand their life experiences more fully now. The pain, fear, vulnerability, longing for home. The strength, courage, and hope that they face these with.
Their stories
have been the missing ingredients to my recipe. I know and love them even more for this. And for this lullaby that my mom used to sing to me when I needed comforting.
Học mẹ thi trường đời.